David Brewster here, new episode of 3 for All. This is 3 John Sykes Licks from 1995, and I'm a huge John Sykes fan. And if you look around on the channel, you'll find episodes of 3 for All breaking down some of his licks, also Chordplay episodes, the chords of Whitesnake, the chords of Thin Lizzy, and the chords of Blue Murder. So definitely I'm a John Sykes fan, and judging by the comments section, it looks like a lot of the viewers out there are too. And John's been on the scene since around 1980, a very dynamic and powerful player, shredding and these great riffs and solos and fills and everything. And there's just something really, awesome about his music. So if you're a John Sykes fan or a guitarist looking for some new ideas to practice, you better buckle up, because John Sykes kicks ass. And as I just mentioned, John's been on the scene since around 1980, a former member of Tigers of Pantang, also a former member of Thin Lizzy, former member of Whitesnake, former member of Blue Murder, also a solo artist. But he's definitely very well respected, has a very dedicated and loyal fan base. And like I mentioned, there's just something about John Sykes. I don't know what it is. I think it is that feel and energy when he plays, because he grabs the guitar and you feel it. The licks in this lesson came from a live performance by the band Sykes in 1995. I think it was in LA or Los Angeles. And Sykes formed after Blue Murder. And I'd never seen this footage before. It was uploaded to YouTube, a couple years ago, either in 2020 or 2021. But I'd never seen it. When I finally caught it, I thought, wow, here's a whole concert I've never seen. And for a bootleg, the footage is actually really good. You can see it, you can hear it, good quality. And this episode's actually the third installment of the Playing with Feel series that I've kind of added to the 3 for All lessons here. And so far we've looked at Blue Saraceno and Michael Schenker. And definitely John Sykes, without question, has tons of feel and conviction and energy when he plays. This really dynamic approach, staccato and accented phrases and stuff. Great player. And during this footage, it's actually during the song Still of the Night by Whitesnake. And it's right before, like, the big solo and interlude in the middle. And they stop the song, and then John just kind of starts doing this dreamy part, and they go in this extended solo, which is where these licks came from. There's tons of distortion and this swirling delay and everything, but it's pretty cool. So here we go. The first lick's this soaring, emotive, melodic phrase, and we're in the key of E minor. Actually, the whole lesson's in the key of E minor, and we're using lots of distortion and delay. Once again, just a heads up. But the first lick's something like this. One more time. Right there, we're grabbing this B and then this E, F sharp, G, F sharp kind of melodic figure. But it's heavily exaggerated. He's sliding into those notes and playing with lots of vibrato and of course the delay swirling and stuff. Like that. So one more time there. And then after you play that phrase, you want to exaggerate the slide off and the slide back because you're going to do it again. Right there, grab this B, and you're going to bend that up a step and a half to D. So bend that B up to D, pick it again, release it, and then you're going to do this little A to B hammer on and play that B again. Like that. So all the way through that whole leg. You definitely want to put some feel and energy into it. Definitely that bend. That's when it really, is kind of accented, or you're kind of playing that a little bit more with some authority. Right? So one more time, all the way through it. Next up is this arpeggio-based melodic figure, and at the end there's this exaggerated kind of overworked vibrato, which is kind of a John Sykes signature, but it's something like this. Something like that. One more time. So right there, we're basically starting on this high A, and then we're coming down like this. One more time. Like right there, you can almost see like a D major arpeggio, even though we're in the key of E minor. But you're starting here, and then you're kind of coming down. It's almost like a D sus4, because you're grabbing that G. Then you're grabbing E, and then there's the D to A. So it's kind of like a partial arpeggio. Right? And grab that A, scoot down to G, and then scoot down to F sharp. And here's where you have that exaggerated vibrato. It's almost like a slow bend. You can definitely hear John do a lot of, vibrato movements like that with the band Whitesnake, Is This Love, and some different songs like that, where that really overproduced vibrato, where it's almost bending, but you are technically, adding vibrato. Really smooth and kind of even, but also really slow too. One more time here. Here's another interesting melodic phrase from the solo, and I really like the way it ends, where it's kind of shifting and moving down. It almost feels like you're falling down the stairs, but it's something like this. One more time. So we're still in E minor, and we're going to grab this E to B, and then bend this D up to E right there in the beginning. And then fret this E, grab that F sharp, you're going to bend that up a half step to G, and then back to F sharp. Like that. And put some, extra energy, kind of pick a little bit harder, or grab those notes with some more authority and conviction. And then right here is where you kind of move down, and you're grabbing this D to A, and then you're going to shift this G to F sharp right there on the G string. And then you're going to move over here and grab D to B on the D string, and then this A, G to F sharp on the A. And those last two strings, it all kind of runs together, it flows together on the D and the A. Like that. So all the way through, kind of slow. Tempo. Here's a bonus lick from this live footage, and once again it's this really interesting melodic phrase. There's some extended range bending, a 2-whole step bend. It's something like this. Time. So right there, we're basically starting with the bend, this D to E, and then you're going to release the bend. Right? And then right there, E to F sharp, and you're going to do that half step bend to G again. Right? Something like that. So after those bends, right there, and I'm going to break it down. So slowly, it's something like this. One more time. So right there, think E minor pentatonic, and we're adding this F sharp right there, and the sequence is kind of weird. It's kind of awkward, but really slow. It's like. So that's the first half. Typical kind of bending move, bend this A to B, and then you're going to catch this B, E, B on the B and the high E string, and then catch this D note, bend that to E, and then reach over there and catch that E and B on the high E and B again, and then grab that D, and you're going to bend up to F sharp. So that's 2 whole steps. That's a big old bend. really slow. And I love phrases like that where it's kind of bluesy and kind of a standard phrase, but then the way he kind of sequenced the notes is a little unusual, and then that big bend waiting at the end is really cool too. That's going to wrap this look at 3 John Sykes Licks from 1995, and definitely John's one of my favorite players. You know, there's so much just surrounding him. The feel, the tone, the energy, you know, the pinch harmonics and squeals and tapping and tremolo picking and all sorts of stuff. You know, he's a package player, and I've definitely been a big fan since I was a kid, like a teenager. And I remember watching the Still of the Night video, thinking Adrian Vandenberg and, you know, Vivian Campbell had played all that stuff. And then later I found out and realized, no, they didn't play that. That was John Sykes. And then I dove into his world, and then I discovered, wow, okay, Thin Lizzy, Tigers of Pantang, lo and behold, Blue Murder, and was just blown away. And I thought, okay, no offense to Vivian Campbell and Adrian Vandenberg, but John Sykes is the man. So anyway, leave some feedback and comments. Please subscribe to Night Lessons, and I'll be back before you know it with more content and material. Thank you.